Hello and welcome to another episode of Nationwide Surplus's YouTube channel. Today we're talking about the Avision AV185 high-speed scanner and how it integrates with the neat software that is included in the CD that you would have received after your purchase. So just click and go into the neat software itself, and it will launch the application, and just go ahead and extract the files. And then you're going to want to just follow the regular steps all the way through. It will require you to restart your computer, so get ready to do that. As at the end of the installation, it will cause you to restart it, and then an icon on your desktop will appear. And you're going to launch that once the application is finished installing and you restart your computer. So you just double click and launch the application after you restarted it. And what you're going to notice over here is I've already pre-made these folders, but I'm going to go show you three different things here today: how to scan in a business card and receipt and documents. We're going to start here with the business card, but let's first set up your AV185 button manager. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Avision Button Manager in your programs. It's already been installed. I showed you that in another View to You video. And what I'm going to do is at the top there's a file folder and it's called Archive. I renamed it Neat, but it's going to show as Archive on yours. And what you're going to want to do is edit or add and delete, and it'll go down here at the top. You'll look for, okay, send to Neat. Well, if you don't see it, hit the search button and it should pop up because it's now created basically another printer that you can print to. So we're going to remove the archive and add the send to Neat. And you're going to see here there's also different options on how you want it to automatically set up and send into Neat. You can change the resolution from 200 to 600 or color or gray or whatever you prefer. All right, we're going to go ahead and scan in the business card here. So all we're going to do is just simply go over to the Neat and click that on our button manager, or I could push it from my machine, and that's the number one option. It's going to immediately pop up and say, hey, this is a business card. So I'm going to install it and import it as a business card and go into my queue. And now the Neat software is then processing that, OCRing it, and putting it into software. Boom, you can see it came in there. Now, granted, because my logo doesn't have the specific word separated, it came in as a little bit combined. So all I need to do is do quick little editing, but it's a whole lot shorter than having to enter in all the information by yourself manually. So you can see it imports really well. And then you have different options if you want to mess with it later, whether you want to move it or copy it or change it. And then you also happen, well, let's say you imported it as a receipt or a business card instead, you can change it back to that. All right, well, let's do a receipt real quick. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop in a receipt, and it scans it in for me. And then it will actually automatically show, okay, looks like it'll automatically show it came in from a Home Depot, which it did, and a business expense category that's already pre-assigned, or I can rename it and change it to what I want. It's already imported the date, it's what type of card I paid with, the sales tax, and the amount. It's pretty amazing. The software is pretty cool, especially if you have to do any expense reports or things like that that can be extremely time consuming. Unfortunately, are necessary though. Okay, so I just renamed the expense category to tools, and there's different tax categories if you're trying to track stuff here internally, or you're required to track it internally as well. Numerous different options that you can do in order to categorize, sort, and convey the information in different ways. So like I said, the Neat software is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and choose repairs and maintenance, and I'm going to go ahead and say yes, this is reimbursable. I could also select a smart comment category, which then actually allows me to import the vendor requirements and things like that. That's not necessary for what I'm trying to do here. And that really concludes what it does for the receipts. You can again go into, once again, if you miscategorized it, you can change it, or you can change the different views. This will give you views if you had multiple receipts. This will allow you to see all of those all at once. And then the cool thing is now if I wanted to create an expense report, it'll automatically create it for me, or create a tax report, sales tax report, or even a spending report as well under my different categories as a summary or a detail. So I'm going to show you expense report because that's what I'm going to what it say categorize this receipt as. And if I go in here and you can see automatically, oh, I got my Home Depot receipt. And then I'm going to go ahead and say this is the paper size I want. And it's going to produce the expense report for me. Now, the information up top with all my contact information, things like that, has been excluded from this report, but I can show you later, you'll see later where you just kind of add that and pre-add that as a regular input in the program, and it's just a setting that's already set up for you, so you never have to do it again once you create it the first time. So it's cool because it shows you both. It gives you a full report and it even gives you a copy of the receipt for you to simply print out, or you can also save it as a PDF and export it and email it directly to your accounts payable or whoever's going to go ahead and give you and reimburse you for your stuff. So you can also do different things. You can export any of this stuff to images, PDFs, CSVs, to Excel, QuickBooks, Quicken, TurboTax, and even Neat file, and then even archive it too as well. It's very user friendly and it's not very complicated to figure out. You can also import other things into it, whether you want to import more contacts or images or PDFs, you can do that as well. So let me show you here too. We're going to go ahead and scan in the last piece as a document. We're going to do it as a color document though. So we're going to change the DPI here to 300. And we're going to go ahead and scan that in right away. And hopefully it pulls in. And there we go. And I'm going to say it's going to treat it as a document. So it's not going to try to OCR it necessarily and try to import it. But I'm going to go ahead and review it. And there's different things I can name it. So if you're trying to do a lot of archives and things like that to make it searchable, I can name the document title. I can also name expense categories if it is an expense or a larger sheet of that. So all different types of options there. Let me just show you here the settings here. If you go up to settings, you can see that there's all different categories on the receipts that you could add in addition to not just the basics one. And then also on the contacts, you can add a lot more fields than what you just initially saw. And also there's the documents, the same thing, a lot more different types of categories. It's completely customizable. This is just simply, if there are different types of actions that you want to do for files, you can pre-program. And here's that information I said for that expense report. And then also if there's Excel mapping, and then this is how you sync with Outlook as well, which is just a simple quick up. It's already going to sync directly to your database. And then that actually, if you go to tools, that'll actually sync it with Outlook. This is also to sync with Neat software online, and it actually will take you directly to there. Well, that's pretty much it for the conclusion of this. Thanks a lot for looking. Like I said, this AV185 is available actually on sale right now at nationwidesurplus.com. And if you just go to our website, it's really simple. You can pay with credit card or PayPal. And if you have any questions, always give us a call. We're available Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thanks again for looking, and we hope you have a wonderful day.